Hello, my name is Cordelia Mathews. I am a business consultant that has been commissioned by Software Essentials Limited Board of Directors to prepare a report pertaining to the key issues on sales proposed future initiatives. All information I have gathered for this report is derived from sales financial statements, organisational documents, and speaking to key personnel. After critically analysing the issues, I will give recommendations on sales future direction. The main issues I have identified are as follows: sale expansion plans and its funding requirements, sales clientele base and issues and costs servicing them, research and development concerns, the current employee bonus system and whether it motivates employees when the company operates at a loss, and lastly, sales cash flow problems. First issue I would like to address is the one regarding sales future expansion plans and its desire to expand and develop new products and enter global markets, particularly North America. The main concern is the apparent lack of planning, which SAL needs to complete in order to continue as a growing concern. No feasibility study or SWOT analysis or any other model has been completed by management to assess and critically analyse whether it's possible to be profitable in these new markets. The market size and segment within New Zealand for SAL is at its capacity and limited due to the high purchasing cost of SAL's products and services. There is no management accounting system to provide cost details to be more competitive with pricing, which is also vital when entering new markets where SAL does not have a monopoly. Also, there is no budget on how to fund SAL's expansion plans. It has not decided whether it will fund it through raising capital or financing. Issues remain with communicating these plans to current and future investors to garner support. Obtaining a loan facility will also be difficult as SAL has cash problems and will be unable to service the debt properly. To make things difficult is SAL's current issue with its client revenue stream. The local market in which it operates is currently saturated and revenue growth is limited, which will affect SAL's future financial performance. The profitability of each client and its servicing is not known due to a lack of proper management accounting system, and hence costs cannot be determined properly. The cost of resources and activity involved with servicing existing clients is not being identified and calculated accordingly. Overheads have also increased. Another problem with the clientele base is the restrictive contract terms that are also hampering profitability, as well as the lack of communication and personal information on when the projects are to be finished between the development and sales departments, further hampering revenue growth and the loss of clients and the revenue. Another issue is around the costs spent on research and development. The software industry in which SAL operates is fast changing, where new innovations are being developed and brought to market at increasing speed, and is important as the economy shifts towards using tech solutions in all aspects of business. Since SAL produces a highly specialized software, which also demands a high price, it needs to continually develop and improve its application in order to stay ahead of the market and stay relevant. Some of its research and development is being capitalized. meaning it is considered to provide future economic benefits that will flow to the company. Some personnel are concerned of the amount of financial resources being put in research and development. The issue is Sal is not currently in a good short-term financial position to continue spending this amount of money. However, if it limited or stopped this research and development, the consequences long-term are more concerning, especially if it seeks to expand into further markets. It will need to continue to improve its products and spend this money on research and development in order to maintain a long-term healthy financial position. Another issue is also around employee compensation. The current bonus system is complicated and is not appropriate for some staff positions. The use of basing the bonus on gross or net profit is not ideal. It decreases any amount that could be put into retained earnings or transferred to cash dividends for shareholders. It also affects cash on hand at the end of the financial period. With the current bonus system, not enough profit was going to the development team, instead to the sales team, as there was no net profit. This will disincentivize and not motivate staff if they do not receive their bonus when the company is operating at a loss. This will also cause a retention issue of the highly qualified staff. As mentioned earlier, Sal is operating at a loss as per the half-yearly financial statement. Over the last 2 financial periods, Sal's bank account has been overdrawn. One of the main causes of this is account receivable turnover. Sal needs to convert receivables into cash quicker if it wants to have cash to service its debt in order to fund its expansion plans. Reducing expenses will also help. If Sal's cash flow problem continues, it might affect its liquidity in the short term. If it continues to have not enough sufficient cash inflows, it will also affect its long-term solvency. If Sal does decide to raise capital by issuing shares, if its share price is undervalued, it may not provide the necessary cash it expected based on its worth. Sal's growth is all dependent on whether it can improve its share price. Based on the main issues identified today, here are my conclusions. Sal is facing financial growth problems if it does not expand to other markets outside New Zealand. However, capital investment is needed for these expansion plans as Sal has limited cash reserves. Research and development expenditure is necessary for Sal's future performance, as it will provide future economic benefits if the projects are realised. Bonuses linked to gross and net profit is counterproductive for overall growth of Sal and retaining employees. Sal will have trouble pursuing financing if it has no cash balance. My recommendations are, for Sal's expansion plans, is to perform a SWOT analysis on its internal strengths and weaknesses and external opportunity and threats. Also, complying the necessary information to do the Porter's competitive forces model. After doing these analyses, Sal can make a decision whether it can be expanded into overseas markets. The North American market seems the most feasible, as it can garner a strategic alliance with Maple Software and also maybe more financial assistance. Once Sal has done the necessary planning and analysis, it can relay this information to existing shareholders with the hope of a rights issue. Or maybe it can garner new potential investors if this information is provided through media channels. Another option is financing some funds through a bank loan, but this may be difficult. My recommendations for the clientele issues are as follows. Sales should perform a cost-benefit analysis of keeping existing clients. A management accounting package will help with this, as well as other management decisions. Activity-based costing could be used, even though used for traditionally for manufacturing, it can be used for service firms. And adding to determine costs, including customer sustaining costs and hence profitability. Adjustment of prices may be necessary, as well as negotiating terms, contract terms, and better communication between sales department and production department on time frames in order to avoid losing revenue and clients. My employee compensation recommendations are including changing remuneration basis and the bonus system, not linking bonuses to gross or net profit, but rather offering shares in the company as an incentive. Staff will be more motivated as they will be involved in maximizing the wealth of sale. It will also promote retention if the company is intended to grow, and the idea of sale continues to be low on cash. Sales should keep funding research and development. As part of this, the tangible asset can provide inflow or economic benefits in the form of cash flows to the business and a possible tax credit. It is also vital to compete in global markets and continue to provide specialist software. Sale can improve its cash flow and liquidity problems by raising capital through issuing of shares, but also improving accounts receivable turnover by improving its collection policies to help convert this account to cash quicker. Also by reducing expenses by identifying and reducing overhead costs, especially those that are not fixed. Sale needs to expand to further markets or to improve its financial position and performance. But in order to do this, it needs to find the necessary funding, either through the raising of capital or financing of debt. In order to service its debt, it needs to improve its cash flow. One way of doing this is improving its revenue and profitability by determining the cost to service each client. Also necessary is research and development costs, and these will find future economic inflows of cash in order for it to stay competitive when it does not have a monopoly in the global market. If anyone has any questions, they can contact me on the issues pertaining to this report. I would like to thank the board directors for their time. Thank you.